Inside this video topic, again we'll discuss a very amazing concept of MySQL Stored Procedure, and that is how to implement cases statement inside Stored Procedure. Inside last video, successfully we have completed that how to use if else if then conditional statement block. Now in this case, in this video, also we'll consider the same scenarios, same concept of stored procedure, but in this case we'll use the concept of cases statement. Let's go back to editor. So inside last video, remember we had created a store procedure called get civil score data. Inside that store procedure, we have used two parameters with different types of parameter mode like in parameter mode and out parameter mode. So by using in parameter mode, we retrieved the civil score value of that user, and on the basis of that score value, by using the conditional statement of if else if then block, we have like on the basis of score value, here we have the multiple labels like very poor value, average value, excellent value, and no value found. Now in this video, we'll create same type of a store procedure. By the help of that, we can calculate the civil score data, but this time we'll implement the concept of cases statement. So here now next after this, before creating our stored procedure, if I talk about the syntax to use case statement, it's very simple. First I will talk about our if else if. So here we have call if, then here we have the condition, then here we have the then block. What we can see for this first statement like if, then condition, then here we have then again inside this second case, like here we have the statement, then here we have else if, then here we have condition, then here we have then, and again here we have the statement. So it will return on the basis of conditions, and finally here we have our else statement, and here statement, and finally here we have our end if. Now this is to use if conditional statement block. Now if I talk about our switch cases, so here it will be case is a keyword, then here we have end case, like in the same way like if and if. So here we have case, end case, and in between, let's say when, here we have condition, then here we have the statement, again here we have when, then here we have condition, then here we have the statement, and so on. It repeats like whatever we have the conditions. So this is the syntax to use case statements. Now let's get started. So I'll go into my database. So here we have users table. We can see that inside this users table, here we have the civil score column, which is containing some score value, like for this first user 900, second user 650, third user 840. Now here we have to create a stored procedure. So whenever if I pass the user ID and a variable to get output of the score data, so automatically that stored procedure will return that it is excellent score, a poor score, or an average score. So let's open the SQL tab into new tab. So here the same pattern of code. Let's say delimiter dollar, then here let's say create procedure, let's say get user civil data value, and here we have in parameter mode. So in, let's say user ID, it is type of int here. Now here again we have the second, that is I'll use as out parameter mode. So let's say out here. Now here let's say score value, and it is a type of varchar. So varchar, let's say 35 characters. Now here, and it is not int, it is only in. Then here I will go, let's use begin keyword and keyword dollar delimiter and semicolon. Then I will go into this begin and end block. So first I will go and declare a variable here. So declare, let's say score data or score number. Score number, it is type of int, and default value equals to 0. Now next after this, let's select score value score value. If I see the column name, so here we have, okay, civil score. Let's say civil score from the table name called users where id equals to our the variable what we have taken called user id, and this score value I want to store into this variable, so let's say into this variable. Now on the basis of this value, now we have to use switch case statements. So let's copy, so here let's say case and case semicolon, then I will go into this block called case and end case. So here let's say when keyword, so when score number is let's say less than 500, so then after this here we have to put our statement. So in this case let's say set, or here let's say set or use out parameter variable called score value. Let's say score value equals to let's say very poor score. Now here let's create our second condition. So when score number score number let's say greater than 500 and score number less than let's say 700, so then in that case the statement will be something called set score value. Let's copy this out variable. So score value equals to let's say very poor, or we may say let's say average value, and here let's say very poor score. Now let's create our third condition. So here let's say when score number let's say greater than 700 or equals to 700, but it is less than let's say score number less than 800, so in that case then let's say set score value equals to let's say good value. Now here let's create our final condition. So when score number greater than equal to 900, so in that case then, and here if I copy this line of code, let's paste. So here we have to say let's say excellent score. Otherwise we have a callback condition in that case. If suppose any condition does not match, so in that case here we have also the else block, and here we have a statement. Let's say set. Let's copy this score value, put here, and let's say score not found. Now successfully, this is our all the logical body condition of this store procedure. So if I copy, go here, open a new tab. Now we can see that here we have user ID. So on the basis of user ID, we have selected the civil score of that user stored into this variable. And here we have multiple cases on the basis of this number. So if the value less than 500, this is the value. If it is greater than 500, less than 700, this is the value. This is the value. And here we have the value and the value. Now let's go and execute this. So if I go, click on this go button, so here we have some error that is at line number 7, and here let's say create procedure. If I go and let's say format here, so out variable, so this is create procedure, then here we have begin, then end block. I think we misses something. Now here I found one mistake, that is select civil score not int. It is equals to into because we are assigning this value to this variable. So instead of int we have to use into keyword. Now I think everything is okay now. Okay, here we have a scope, so it is a score value. Let's copy. I think that this is also a mistake. Paste here, paste here score value. Now I think it seems okay all now. Click on this go button. So successfully now stored procedures are created. So let's copy, go into the SQL tab. So here, let's say set user ID equals to, now in this case, let's say for example for the second user, so to here, let's say set score value. Initially it is empty. Let's say call store procedure, and in this case I will pass first the user ID like to here, and second our score value. Let's say select, and here the score value. Let's copy. Now here if I click on this go button, and now we can see that on the basis of second number user like 650, it returned the average score. And now you can see that the value 650 in between 500 and 700. Now it is perfectly working. Now let's test one more case here. So if I go click on the SQL tab, paste all the code. So if I pass, let's say one number user ID, let's go click on this go button. So on the basis of 900 value, it has returned excellent value. Now, in this case, we can see that here we have used the switch cases like the case statement blocks, and we have implemented the same logical concept of if else if then conditional statement what we had seen inside last video. So successful. Now here we have completed one more conditional checkpoint, and that is by using case statement. So friends, I hope that this video was also very important, informative and was interesting. So please give us a thumbs up to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Now let's meet to our next amazing video. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.